Asleep again, Fiddle. This will never do. Everyone else has finished their work and gone home hours ago. You're still 3 short of your daily quota. This is not good enough, Fiddle.
Sorry, Mr. Dulsworth. I'll get those seen to right at once.
Let yourself out when you're done. I shall be in my office attending to business, and I don't want to be disturbed.
Yes, Mr. Dulsworth. Someone is calling me? At this hour? Hello?
Mr. Fuddle? Mr. Bertram Fiddle?
Yes, but it's actually Bertram Fiddle.
It's close enough, Mr. Fuddle. This is Mr. Dulsworth's mother. I'm calling you because I hear you have some detectivating experience.
Well, yes, I do have a certain reputation for sleuthfulness.
Very good. I need someone to do some investigating for me. And as I've been unable to get hold of the esteemed Mr. Holmes, you will have to suffice.
Certainly, madam.
Let me be brief, Mr. Fiddle. My son has been acting most peculiar recently. Find out what he is up to and report back to my house immediately.
Good gracious. This seems like the beginning of an adventure. I must finish my work here as quickly as possible. I'll put this in my pocket until I want to use it. Telegram circuits on. Fuse capacitator fusing. Time to sell some soap. Who seems like a suitable customer?
Hello!
Greetings, madam. I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company. Would you like to buy some soap?
What flavor?
Flavor? Sort of cleany, flowery?
I love soup. I'll buy some.
Sorry, madam. I think you misheard me. I said soap, not soup.
Oh, that is a shame. I really wanted to buy some soup.
Well, this soap does make a tasty broth.
It does? Then I'll buy a packet. Thank you.
Jolly good.
Hello, Mr. Spongewell speaking.
Would you be interested in a bar of our new, even more adequate soap?
Not today, thank you. I'm quite clean enough.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Greetings! I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company with an
How did you get this number? Do you know what time it is? It's my relaxing time! That's what it is! Do I sound relaxed to you? Do I?
I'm terribly sorry.
Sorry? I'll make you sorry. Don't ever call this number again.
Oh, my eyes! Speak up, my eyes are hurting.
Greetings! I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company with an exclusive offer.
Dulsworth, you say? I got some Dulsworth shampoo in my eyes and couldn't see for weeks. And it still stings. I wouldn't use that stuff on my cats. It's a menace. Goodbye.
Oh, hello. Is that you, Margaret?
No. I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company with an exclusive offer just for you.
Soap? Oh, no, thank you very much, Lee. I never use the stuff. I like things dirty. Ta-da.
You again! I can't believe you called again! Wait till I get my hands on you! I'll make you sorry they ever invented the telephonical calling device! You again! I can't believe you called again! Wait till I get my hands on you! I'll make you sorry they ever invented the telephonical calling device!
Hello? Hello?
Mr. Grotto's residence.
Would you be interested in a bar of our new and improved, even more adequate soap?
Soap? No. Not now, not never. Soap's bad. Melts you, it does.
Right. I'll put that down as a no then.
Yes?
Greetings! I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company with an exclusive offer.
Go on.
Would you be interested in a bar of our new, even more adequate soap?
Whatever for?
Well, it is very good for cleaning.
Does it remove stubborn stains, like blood, for example?
Probably.
Oh, well then, I'll take 6 packets right away.
Ooh, jolly good.
Guy Hardwood speaking. What do you want? Come on, spit it out. I ain't got all day. I'm an exceptionally important person.
Greetings! I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company with an exclusive offer.
Fiddle, you old dog. Is that you?
No, most definitely not. Goodbye.
Mr. Quinge is speaking.
Hello. I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company.
And?
Would you perchance be interested in purchasing some of our perfectly adequate soap?
Whatever for?
Its unique formula is guaranteed to make you fairly clean.
I don't have time for this newfangled cleanliness in my life. Goodbye.
Hello, who is this?
Hello, sir. I'm calling from Dulsworth Soap Company with an exclusive offer just for you.
Really? Just for me? How delightful.
Yes, it is. For a limited period only, we are offering you a free flannel with every bar of adequate soap you buy.
A free flannel, you say? Ooh, wonderful. I'll take one, please.
Really? I mean, Excellent! I shall have those dispatched to you right away. At last, my work is done. I need Mr. Dulsworth to stamp my work ticket. Mr. Dulsworth? Mr. Dulsworth? Wherever could he be? I never saw him leave. Mrs. Dulsworth was right. He is up to something. What a tidy desk. Mr. Dulsworth's work diary. So this is what he does in here all day. Turn that frown upside down. I wonder if something is bothering him. Turn that frown upside down. I wonder if something is bothering him. A photograph of his mother. He must love her very much. A souvenir from the delightful town of Grimsthorpe. Mr. Dulsworth's stamping machine. I'm sure I will be permitted to use it in his absence. My ticket out of here! My ticket out of here! Bother! It's inkless. Hand lotion. He must like keeping his skin soft. These are debtor's letters. Mr. Dulsworth isn't as squeaky clean as everyone thinks. Oh my! Sales of soap are slipping. And look at the cost of ink! It's extortionate! Mrs. Dulsworth, a formidable woman. Her eyes seem to follow you around the room. A witty, motivational painting. Wait, there's something behind it. It's an Emerson & Burke safety safe. Solid as a rock. A letter, quite perfumery, and sealed with a kiss. What a tidy desk. Aha! Now I am legitimized. I wonder if he's in the closet. These look like the clothes he was just wearing. A secret exit. This must be how he sneaks in and out without anyone noticing. Mr. Dulsworth is slipperier than he looks. What does Mr. Dulsworth need a secret tunnel for? I can see the soap-making machines. It's bolted tight. He's got clean away. What could he possibly be up to? Oh, extra adequate soap. It smells perfectly acceptable.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddles. Working late again. That lovely wife of yours must be very proud.
Indeed she is, Mr. Tibbs. But this is merely a short-term position until I find myself a suitable adventure.
Of course, sir. I understand. I actually am an author. Romance novels is my thing. This job is merely to pay the bills until I get myself a publishing deal.
Good for you, Tibbs. Now, if you will open the gate, I'll be off.
I'm afraid you can't leave until you've finished your work. A pleasant and uneventful evening to you, Mr. Fiddles.
Security is super strict around here.
Evening, Burble! Evening, Burble! Distinct lack of murderings lately. Jeff the murderer not struck again for a long time.
Let me have a look at that. Obviously a slow news day.
Tell me about it, sir. I've been shouting about nothing for over a year now.
Well, they do say no news is good news.
Not for me, it ain't.
Good evening, sir. You're working late.
Yes, sir. Another convict escaped last night and ran down the sewers. It's like a maze down there.
An escape. How thrilling.
Indeed. Whisked clean away whilst no one were looking.
Was the convict dangerous?
That's not for me to say, sir. I'm just here to fill in some gaping holes.
I must find Mrs. Dulsworth's house and report my findings to her. The Dulsworth estate is at the top of Tormentley Hill, if I recall correctly.
Bertram, over here!
Evelina! Fancy seeing you here.
How are you? I've not seen you for such a time. Off having fantastic adventurings, no doubt?
Not exactly. How are you? Have you been busy?
Not at all, Bertram. There is so little news to report upon nowadays. Since all those dreadful murderings stopped, I've had nothing to do. I'd really hoped that the Jeff the Murderer story would make my name as an independent investigative journalist. But it's been so quiet recently. Even Sherlock Holmes has gone away on an extended holiday. I hope something newsworthy happens soon, or I may be forced to make my own headlines. I'm almost tempted to murder someone myself, just for something to write about.
I'm currently investigating a case for Mrs. Dulsworth. It's nothing much, but I'm hoping it may turn into some sort of fantastical adventure.
Dulsworth, eh? Here's a name I've not heard in a while. I know a few things about old squeaky clean Dulsworth that would shock the likes of you.
Really, madam? Do you mind?
Oh, la-di-da. Does your lady friend want some flowers?
Oh, no. She isn't my... I'm not her... Cool.
No, thank you, madam. I'm not a flowery person.
Suit yourself.
I'm going away for a few days. There is something very important I need to do.
Off somewhere nice, are you?
I shan't tell you any more. It is too complicated.
A rather bleak and sinister alley. I have an appointment with Mrs. Dulsworth.
I can't hear you. There must be a fault on the line. Can you hear me? Nod if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Very much so.
Those vulgar messages are an eyesore. I'm not letting you in until I know who you are.
I have an appointment with Mrs. Dulsworth.
I can't hear you. There must be a fault on the line. Can you hear me? Nod if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Very much so.
Those vulgar messages are an eyesore. I'm not letting you in until I know who you are. Absolute gibberish. Bird, tram, fig, dull. Ah, so you are Bertram Fiddle. Why didn't you say so? You're late.
The Dulsworth estate looks like they've cleaned up with their soap business. They must have made a packet. Good day, sir. That's a sizable hole you're digging.
Yes, sir. Mom has instructed me to dig it, though I don't know why.
How do you do, Mom?
You're late, Mr. Fiddle. I've been watching your dilly-dallyings. It is the sign of a simple mind.
That was no dilly-dallying. That was top-quality investigative strolling you witnessed.
I expect you want a cup of tea.
It's cold and very bitter.
That's how I like it. I see everything, Mr. Fiddle, everything.
Why would I want to do that?
He has a weak mind, Mr. Fiddle, and is easily led astray. Lately, he has a crazy look in his eyes. I've seen it before, and know he is up to something. I only have his best interests at heart. I need to know what he is doing. Didn't you find anything suspicious?
No, nothing at all. I'm sure your son has nothing to hide.
You are either lying or a fool, Mr. Fiddle. Which is it?
There was nothing of significance in his office, but I will continue my inquirements. I'll be off then. If I uncover any more news, I'll be sure to let you know. I will leave no stone unprobed.
Make sure you do. I'm only trying to protect him, Mr. Fiddle. A mother is a boy's best friend, Mr. Fiddle.
Pan, guardian of the forest. Good. Oh my! Don't move. I'll get help.
Well, 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 Fiddle. I must admit you had me fooled. I never would have suspected you were Jeff the murderer.
Sherlock, what are you doing here? I thought you were on holiday.
I just got back, and it's lucky I did, you despicable fiend.
But Sherlock, it wasn't me. How could you think that?
Well, let me see. Let's look at the evidence. There's a dead body, and there's you.
You're quite mistaken. I saw Jeff run off in that direction.
It's a shame there aren't any witnesses to back up your ludicrous story. You, madam, did you see what happened?
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. I heard a scream and looked out my window and saw that man standing over that poor dead lady.
Well, thank you, nosy old crone. That's all the proof we need.
Sherlock, you can't honestly think it was Bertram. Look, murderous footprints leading right to that wall.
Take him to jail, Street.
Right you are, sir.
But it wasn't me. I'm innocent.
If I had a penny for every time I've heard that one, Fiddle. Take him to jail. Looks like you won't be winning any wages now, Fiddle.
Something doesn't smell quite right, Sherlock. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Watson, you have to believe me. I'm not Jeff.
I know, Bertram. I know.
Send for Gavin. Tell him I need help.
Of course. Hold tight, Bertie.
Oh, shush, Watson.
Welcome to your new home, you terrible, terrible man.
Unhand me, you oaf. Don't you know who I am?
Jeff the murderer, by all accounts.
Nonsense. I have been framed. I'm innocent.
Oh, everyone who comes in here is innocent. Makes no difference to me.
Oh my! What shall I do? I've got to get out of here. Hello, cellmate. What are you in for?
My name is Walter, and my only crime is being an artiste.
Oh, that's quite harsh.
I'll say, sitting in here, unable to paint, it's sapping me of my will to live. Without my paints, I'm nothing.
Do not give up hope. Gavin, my one-eyed manservant, will help.
Your positivity is upsetting me. Leave me to my gloom.
Mr. Fiddle.
Oh, Gavin! Have you come to rescue me?
Don't worry, sir. I'll get you out as soon as I can. If you have anything I can use, throw it through the window.
What are you up to? I'm not going to let you do anything while I'm standing here. I'm watching you, Sonny. Nothing's going on round here while I'm on guard. Don't try anything funny. I'm not in the mood. I missed afternoon nibbles today, and I'm a bit peckish.
This pipe is loose. Ew. One toothbrush between the three of us? That's not very hygienic.
What? We've been locked in here for a long time.
What's that? Lurking in that hole? A blood-sucking crimson cockroach!
Without my paints, I'm nothing.
Do not give up hope. Gavin, my one-eyed manservant, will help.
Your positivity is upsetting me. Leave me to my gloom. Don't wake Shirley! Don't wake Shirley!
I can feel a faint draft through some of these cracks. This wall isn't as impenetrable as it looks. I wonder if I can tunnel out.
You tunnel out? What with? And how will you stop the guard from seeing?
Nothing is impossible if you use your head. I'm sure Gavin will have us out of here in a whir. Ugh, such vivid colours. On reflection, I'd rather not. No, that won't mix. No, that won't mix. I can feel a faint draft through some of these cracks. This wall isn't as impenetrable as it looks. I wonder if I can tunnel out.
You tunnel out? What with? And how will you stop the guard from seeing?
Nothing is impossible if you use your head. I'm sure Gavin will have us out of here in a whir. On reflection, I'd rather not. I am innocent. I demand to be let out.
You ain't going anywhere, you fiend. Here's your supper.
This gravy is a strange colour. It really isn't to my palate. It won't bite me now. It's a pile of red powder. Look how red it is. Oh, I'm losing my appetite. This meal is barely palatable. I can feel a faint draft in this wall. I want...
You tunnel out and...
Nothing, I'm sure. Oh, I'm losing my appetite.
I'm watching you, Fiddle. I've got my eye on you.
No, that won't mix.
I can't paint with that. Look at the state of its bristles.
Oh, I'm losing. This meal is...
Without my paint...
Do not give up hope.
Your positivity is...
I can feel a fit.
And how?
Nothing is in... I'm sure... I'm confused. I can feel a faint in this wall. I wonder if I can tunnel out.
You and how?
Nothing. I'm sure...
With...
Do not...
Your positivity...
This blanket is rough as canvas. I can feel a faint draft through some of these cracks. This wall isn't as impenetrable as it looks. I wonder if I can tunnel out.
You tunnel out? What with? And how will you stop the guard from seeing?
Nothing is impossible if you use your head. I'm...
Don't wake Shirley!
I shan't be able to brush my way through this thick wall. I can feel a faint in this wall. I want...
You? And how will you...
Nothing is impossible. I'm sure... I can feel a faint drop. I want.
And how?
No, I'm sure. I don't think that will work.
What is that? That quick-drying cement is wonderful. Turns rock hard before you know it. I reckon I've filled enough holes now. Just gonna sit here and wait for the clock to strike so I can go home. Soon as that bell rings, I'm off. If I can make a bell ring, you can go home. That's some powerful whiskey.
I should be whisking for hours to get this mix the right consistency. I'm far too busy whisking to talk. It's how I keep my batter so smooth and creamy.
Very Moorish.
Yes, they are. They're so good I know you'll want to stay for more. Once you try, you can't say goodbye.
Take the cake.
Well, I shouldn't really eat on duty, but one little bite can't hurt. That is delicious. Where did you get that from?
Aunt Fanny is giving it away at the cakery.
Really? I've got to have another. Can you just keep an eye out for me? I'll be back in a jiffy.
Ah, he's gone at last. Now I can help Mr. Fiddle. Mr. Fiddle, if you have anything I can use, throw it through the window. The mortar is weak. With the right tool, I can make a hole. That won't work. We have a saying in Peru. A squirrel will always find his nuts. We have... We have a saying in Peru. A squirrel will always find his nuts. We have a saying in Peru. A squirrel will We have a saying in Peru. A squirrel will always find his nuts. He looks good at feeling holes. The squirrel is going nuts.
Extra! Extra! London's most elusive villain, Jeff the Murderer, caught at last! Known as the despicable Mr. Fiddle, his reign of terror is over!
Don't believe everything you read in the papers.
Oh, Gavin, your foraging never ceases to amaze.
We have a saying in Peru, a flower a day keeps the gloom away.
Such vibrant colors. I can feel my desire to paint growing. But what is the use without a brush? But how can one make art in such dismal surroundings?
You're so needy. Just paint what you see.
Yes, you are right. This shall be my masterpiece.
Walter, you look much happier now.
I feel fully reinvigorated. Thank you, Bertram. Just a little something my friend Oscar gave me for safekeeping. Don't wake Shirley!
I'm watching you, Fiddle.
Excuse me, sir. You are blocking my progress.
I am going to cause an obstructification until Walter is happy. I shan't let anyone past. Oh, Walter is all right. I can cease being so demonstratorily. And now, like a fig, I must roll.
Ice cream! Ice cream! Ice cold, creamy ice cream! Would you like a ice cream cone? That will be a tuppence.
Oh, I seem to have forgotten my wallet.
Then you can't have an ice cream. What's wrong with you? You can't just take an ice cream because you feel like it.
Fish, fish, lovely fishy fish. Fishy ones, smelly ones, come and get your fish. Ooh.
Nice pilchards.
Careful there, it's right tricky to keep me balance. Woo! It's a good job these buckets aren't any heavier or I'd topple right over.
She is flopping all over the place. We have a saying in Peru, a heavy stone will sink the swiftest fish.
Dirty rags. Buy one, get one free.
These rags are filthy.
Oh, thank you, sir. The filthiest rags in all of Victorian London. Don't touch if you ain't gonna buy. I don't want you rubbing the filth off.
Hello, sir. That's a very speedy-looking machine.
Indeed it is. The fastest thing on one big wheel and one little wheel. I'm going to cycle around the world on it in 80 days or my name's not Henry Earlswamp. A finely tuned machine it is. No unnecessary parts whatsoever. Everything is extremely essential.
Crikey, I can see her lady ankles. Shh! I've been trying to rub it off for ages. I'm exhausted. This limp cloth will not get in those cracks. I need something stiffer. I think Mr. Fiddle's membership has expired. As long as I don't cause a disturbance, maybe no one will notice me.
Sherlock's room is being refurbished whilst he's on holiday.
He's watching me like an hawk.
Don't creep up on me like that!
Sir Grouchly, Mr. Fiddle needs your assistance.
Assistance? Assistance? We all need assistance. No one came to help me, man. No one. I had to crawl through a river of human guts and make a tent out of my friends. I had to use Sir Gilbert's spleen as a pillow.
Well, well. If it isn't old Fiddle's man thingy. Where's the Bertster? I've not seen him for yonkses. Keeping it on the down below, is he? Oh, wait. He got arrested for being Jeff the murderer, didn't he? Shocking. I would never have guessed he was London's most elusive serial killer. It's always the quiet ones, isn't it? Eh, Melvis?
Normally.
Whatever you say, Pedro.
Professor, maybe you can help Mr. Fiddle.
Ah, I'd love to, old boy, but I'm in a spot of bother myself. It's these blasted time trousers. I can't seem to get them to work. I'm not actually meant to be here, and they're chafing something rotten.
Just breaking into a canter. No biggie.
You're going at quite a gallop now, Guy.
Melvis! Turn it off! It's gone haywire!
They said they bar pretty high in this place. They said they bar pretty high in this place.